Task 1. So this is about different business types and their functions, so let's just go through it. So identify which of the following statements about the entity concept are true and false. So this is the business entity concept that we're sort of trying to have in here. So financial accounts can only be about one entity at a time, and so that's false because our financial accounts could cover more than one entry. It could be group accounts. So we could have group accounts here. So we'll have group accounts. That's where we have a sort of a holding company. Or the main company, and then it has little sort of subsidiaries and whatever. So that one's going to be false. So that one there is false for that one. Each transaction is treated as an entity in its own right. No, that's each transaction is within an entity. So you can have an entity could have a load of different transactions. So the entity is the company itself, really, and within that box of the company is its assets and the things that it owns, its liabilities and its amounts to shareholders. So nope, that's false as well. The business activities should be kept separate to those from the owners, and that is the point of the business entity concept. Is that we have, as I sort of go right the way back to the first chapter of the first book that I write in Introduction to Bookkeeping. And the company is a box. Inside the company goes the company's assets. Outside the company is the liabilities to non-shareholders, liabilities, and also as well the liabilities to shareholders. Shareholders are separate from the company, and the company owes the money. That's why amounts owed to shareholders are credits, because it's negative money to them. Okay, and really that is really it's this last one here. That is the business entity concept. The business activities should be kept separate from the owners. That the owners are separate to the company. Right. Identify whether the following statements about business ownership are true or false. Okay. As there are two owners, they can only operate as a partnership. No, they couldn't. They could be. That's going to be false. They could be a company and with two shareholders. So no, that's false. Profits do not have to be equally shared in a partnership. Yeah, that's true. We could decide. You and I could be in partnership. Let's say over a book. I write the book, you do the proofreading. Okay, you get 10%, I get 90%. So in terms of profits, do not have to be equally shared equally in a partnership. So do not. Yeah, that's true. If they set up a partnership and want to expand the business, they can only do this if they should share. No, that's false as well. So that's a false one. We could take out a loan between ourselves. We could each put a house up for sale or whatever it is there, or sell a car and put something into that, or put it all on our credit cards. Right. Your friends have decided to set up a limited company and have asked you some questions about what records they need to keep. Okay. Identify which of the following statements is correct about their records. They must complete a paper copy of their tax returns. No. Tax returns now are digital. If they make a loss, they do not need to file their financial statements. Oh, yes, they do. So they would need to still file their financial statements if they make a loss. In fact, that's important about the financial statements, because somebody who's reading them wants to see that they're making a loss, and this person's making a loss, and therefore I'm not really going to give them any credit. And then, so it's going to be the last one then. All their accounting records can be stored in the cloud. They could be stored in the cloud if they would choose to. And what that means really is that we've decided to have some kind of third party do our accounting software, and we're going to store our accounting records in basically in some kind of massive server somewhere in there, which comes off this accounting system really in here. So it's not that we've decided to sort of put it outside to dry and then it goes up into a cloud. It goes into basically this sort of third party hosting thing who's doing our accounting software for us. It doesn't mean that it's not like just disappears out into the ether. It's in a massive data bank somewhere, servers somewhere else, in some kind of old nuclear bunker or whatever. Identify which function of the business the following statements relate to. So which function of the business the following statements relate to. Okay, all right. So this is going to be right. Well, which function is going to make sure in our functions, finance function, HR1, whatever, are going to make sure that we've got enough of whatever is required. So ensure that there's enough money. So we're going to provide the money. Finance is going to provide the money to purchase the raw materials. So that one will be finance. Safely satisfy customers' needs in the most profitable way. So the people who deal with the customers are sales, and they will be trying to make profit. So that's going to be the sales team. That sales and marketing team are going to satisfy the customer's need in the most profitable way. Improving customer service skills. So these people are going to improve the skills, and so they're going to do training, and HR does the training. So this last one here was about functions within the organization. Really, functions within the organization as a question. It's always a bit open to debate, this one really in here. Fortunately, this one was quite straightforward really, and we'll see later on that there's a big weakness within this unit's assessment really, that a lot of things can be taken as a matter of opinion. But in terms of what are the functions of the finance department, first one, to produce and to attain the capital at the cheapest price possible. So that's what they've got to do. We've found money. So if you see, ensure there's enough money, find money, secure money. That's going to be the finance department. Let's put in raw materials in here to try and see whether the purchasing department all gets slotted in here. But they not actually need to find the money to buy the raw materials. The purchasing department's just going to just buy them. Safely satisfy customers' needs. So this is customer needs here. That's what the sales department do. They sell and they consider the profit. And then training, whenever you see a sort of a training, improving customer skills, that kind of training, secure staffing, disciplined staffing, keep them all motivated, whatever, that's HR. So that's the end of that question, question 1.